Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Krusty's Third Nipple. The podcast is unnecessary as our very own Twitter account, apparently. So much so that we've grabbed the evil teat of Mark Zuckerberg with both hands, and we'll be sucking that bad boy for all it's worth. My name's Kieran, and I'm joined as ever by Darren.
Hello.
And Tarig.
All right.
And if this sounds sorry, on you go.
As I say, as you pointed out with the Facebook thing, I think maybe people would have followed their Twitter be anonymous, but probably people want their names and faces associated with Krusty's Third Nipple, so thanks a lot, everyone.
It's taken off. There's like 4 times as many Facebook followers as we do on Twitter already, so. And yeah, so if this sounds like I'm winging it in this episode, probably because I've just attended an online burn supper and I'm a few drams to the good already. But stick around. We'll tell you what we've been watching over the past couple of weeks and round it up with a review of the Coen brothers' dark comedy, Burn After Reading. We've also parked on 60 seconds for a new feature, more of which will be revealed later. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. You still on the drums just now?
Sure am.
Excellent.
Why still a good thing?
Mm-hmm. No, I had a nice wee burn supper here as well. It was nice and decent. Introducing mother-in-law to some haggis, neeps and tatties, which she just turned her nose up a bit.
I think that's almost Scottish citizenship right there, being served that.
I did try my best to say the O to a haggis, but nah, absolutely murdered it. No, I've been good.
I think we should talk about our little NHS trial, Tarig.
Yeah.
A good deed for society.
Yeah, we're guinea pigs.
Yeah. So me and Tarig have taken part in a vaccine trial. This vaccine is not one of the ones that's out there just now. And we've had a jab, and 50% of the participants in this get the vaccine, 50% get a placebo. So one of us could be vaccinated, neither of us could be vaccinated, or both of us could be vaccinated. We don't know
both
yet.
End up with some type of superpower. Or maybe, if we're lucky, a little extra length on our belly.
If you believe I think it's the Prime Minister of Brazil, it said the vaccine could turn people into alligators.
All right.
So
Okay.
you can have another surprise in the corner.
Snap your hand off, darn me that one.
Yeah.
We'll come on to it later, but it could also be that bit of that compound V.
Yeah.
See that?
Get juicing.
I pay attention.
Yeah.
Well, let's start there now.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Let's do it. Let's crack on with that, right? So you guys have been nipping my head to watch The Boys. I quote you guys, this is the best thing ever. It's fucking amazing. You really should watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You stand by the comments.
Yeah.
We do, even in the
I'm standing by them. Yeah, definitely.
Even in the adversity of your laughter, yes, we stand by.
Couldn't help it. Right, first of all, my first feeling was watching it was fuck A-Train, man. Fuck A-Train.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck A-Train. And you might know where I am when I say fuck the Spice Girls pep talk. Honest.
Oh, yeah.
That's the lowest point so far. I've seen 4 episodes, and that if I'm going to sum up how I was going to try and say how I feel about this, and then that happened, I was like, that's it, right there.
Fuck.
It's worse than it reminded me of Team America, where he gives the whole dicks fuck cunts.
Dicks fuck assholes.
Dicks fuck assholes too. So you need dicks around to keep the arseholes in check.
That's one of the best monologues ever.
That was so bad. It's like fucking they're meant to be saving I don't know what their motives are yet, just to get rid of all these superheroes. But look, there's parts of it that are pretty cool.
Yeah,
some
they're
pretty cool
not
scenes.
heroes by the normal standard.
No, I liked. It was pretty
it's kinda
satisfying.
like the
guy.
superhero show.
Yeah, it was pretty satisfying when the guy blew up the superhero because he had an explosive in his arse. Yeah. When that went pop, that was it. Yeah, I like that. Conversely, I even liked when his lass got killed as well, and his girlfriend got killed. I thought that was pretty cool. So there's pretty cool, cool scenes in it and that. But I think overall, if you're going to put a cheese on it or fucking grade on it, it would be 7+.
I don't think you've really gone to the heart of the matter yet, but I was hooked from the first scene, and I thought you liked Butcher Law. Oh, yeah, I haven't even mentioned him yet. I thought, apart from the pep talk,
I think
just there's so many good moments already. Like when he comes and Translucent attacks the boy in the shop, and he comes in with a crowbar in the car and just smacks him with the car, and then just hits him with the crowbar and everything like that.
Yeah,
I thought you would have loved that.
I think now that we've got you into the 4th episode, the fact that you've got to the 4th episode this quick says that you're enjoying it more than you're going to let on a bit.
Yeah.
And it does get better. Each episode is definitely a winner.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever laugh so much at a dolphin getting run over either.
Nothing ever works out for the deep.
Well, he got a blowjob out of it, so it's can't be that bad.
I just don't want to say anything because I can't remember what happens in episode 4. I think so. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping my mouth shut on it.
Right, yeah. Well, I'll keep you updated. I've sat down twice, so it's 2 episodes and then 2 episodes. Not every night I get to do that, but when I can, I will. And I've parked Rake for you guys, so that's a big deal.
Oh, that's a big deal. Yeah,
big deal. Oh. Rake's 5 seasons or something. It's fucking mental. But as I say, consistently good though. Anything else you guys have been watching?
You want to go first, Daz? On you go, mate.
Well, yeah, just quickly, another previous mention on the show. I've finally got around to finish Queen's Gambit, and I will say it is everything you guys said. I'm not gonna take a crap on the show like Dad did on the Boys, but I'm in the in crowd now, so I understand it. But I'll let you go now, Tarig.
You dusted off the chessboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I've just been teaching Izzy Hill to play chess the last couple of days as well, so on the back of Queen's Gambit. Yeah. Oh, absolutely not.
She beat you at tennis and badminton and squash.
That happened once, right? So I managed to eventually finish Treme. I had one episode left, and
really?
And the one episode that I was waiting to go and watch, I couldn't find it anywhere. But it took us weeks and weeks, and I finally managed to get around to getting that dusted off. And Treme is brilliant. I think I might have said this to you previously, Kieran. It's not a TV show I would go back and rewatch.
Okay.
Just like The Wire and just loads of Game of Thrones or anything like that. It's a good one-watch TV show. Great tunes, great characters, the way the plot moves all the way through it. It's just,
Now you mentioned that. Taking it back to a previous conversation before the book Small Axe, it's more episode 2. It's more the second film than it is the first film.
Yeah.
It's great to see. It's great to see, and there is like character, progression and all that sort of shit. But I'm glad you watched it. I've got tons more from the same guys who made David Simon, who wrote The Wire, wrote Treme. Get on the Deuce now.
No, I'm going to start that. But we started another one. It was on BBC One. We've seen David Tennant on Graham Norton a couple of weeks back, and he mentioned that he was doing this thing called Staged. It's him and Michael Sheen, actors. It's just like 30-minute episodes, and we've been in hysterics all the way through it. So it's about David Tennant and Michael Sheen, two theatrical actors, and they've got a play, and they're just the way to go and start rehearsing it, and then boom, the pandemic happens. And they're good friends. You can see that they're good friends. They've been kind of talking through it, and the creator of the director of the play decides to get in touch with Tennant and say, look, I want to get ahead of the game here. I want to start our rehearsals, and we'll just do it on Zoom. And he's like, really, Zoom? And then they just have a wee back and forth, and then decide to go ahead with it. And it's just the three of them vast majority of the time. It's the director, Simon Evans. He's the creator of Staged and the creator of the play, essentially. And it's just about them three just kind of going through, trying to do these rehearsals. And they get some absolutely massive stars involved in this. And it's just so funny. Some of the chat is a wee bit kind of playish, a lot of kind of some of the wee in jokes, but no, it's good, hearty, fun. Definitely give it a wee bash. I think there's only like 14 episodes and like 30 minutes. We're already halfway through the second season, me and the wife. So yeah, if you get a chance, BBC iPlayer, Staged, give the first couple a wee watch and see what you think.
I guess it's easier for the big stars to come on if it's just if they get sent a link rather than get sent a plane, you know.
I do like David Tennant.
Exactly. Just come on, just send us a wee video on this. Yeah, this is great.
We could try to reach out to them as well.
Exactly. I'm sure we could get Tennant on. local man.
Oh, yeah.
Just down the road.
Yeah. Well, something that I've watched more times than I care to count and just on repeat, but notably I got Dad to start watching, was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's this like kind of sitcom, and I'm actually quite proud because years ago I got my friends onto it, and now I got my dad onto it, and now I'm speaking on a podcast trying to get other people onto it. It's on Netflix, and it's just consistently one of the funniest shows ever. And it's something that you have like sitcoms like The Simpsons stuff that are more kind of family friendly. This isn't that as much, but I wouldn't say as bad as South Park or Family Guy. But the humor is always rooted in how bad the people are, and how selfish and how manipulative and how awful. Like they'll tackle issues like abortion or stuff like that. But it's not really about that. It's just how horrible the characters are. And two of the guys are using an abortion rally to try to pick up girls. And they try to go from one side. One side's pro-choice, the other side's I forgot the name.
Depending on where the hot girls are, they just switch.
Yeah. And you can just see...
It's a hard sell.
Yeah.
I know.
But... the show is actually being extended for another 2 seasons, I believe. So it's making it one of the longest. I think it'd be the longest like live action sitcom. Running.
I mean,
or something. Yeah.
So when Darren's over at mine, we'll start watching it. So we're only like 4 or 5 episodes in, but I think it'll get better. But you can really see how low budget it is. But it doesn't take away from what it is. Like, they don't try to be anything else. They are just, just like they only need what they need, and they do everything that they can with it.
Is it still the same characters, or is it still the same actors from like the first season, or the refreshed? And...
it's the same. And Darren DeVille makes his debut in season 2, and then he's on for the rest of the show. But it's, as Dad said, it wasn't really high budget. They put it on like like a Guff channel no one watches, and they put it on the dead of the night, the first season, and give them no money. And then they're like, either we pull the plug or we're going to have to get a big actor in on it and like to boost ratings for the show. And they were quite worried that some prima donna was going to come in and say, I'm not doing that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make the show like this or I walk, like pulling leverage over them. But they got Danny DeVito and he was just like, nah, anything you want, I'm game. And you'll see that done in the later seasons.
I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to
Danny DeVito, eh?
I'm hoping he's like a touchy uncle or something.
But you'll see how he fits into the gang. But yeah, like there's just some words that in it that's just so quotable. And I don't know, me and my friends just get into situations that are like, oh, it's like that episode of Sunny where, and then we realise how horrible we are, or like what other shows we should probably be replicating more.
Maybe a wee bit further ahead than you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe about 7 or 8 episodes in. So no, worth picking it back up and giving it another run.
It's a lot of episodes, eh?
Yeah.
It's still been going. That was when I was watching it. It was like it was set back in the early 90s. So
there's the early 2000s. Yeah, it was just.
Was it early 2000s? Yeah.
It's funny we bring that up. It's a good coincidence because it's been likened, or our main film today, Burn After Reading, has been likened to it in a way that none of the characters are particularly likable. They're all kind of selfish.
Yeah. Just
go after their own means. But we'll get into it later. But I think there's a distinct difference between them. These two things. We'll get into that later.
It's Always Sunny's been famously compared to Seinfeld. You're called Seinfeld on crack.
Right.
So if you're a Seinfeld fan but want something a little crazier, this is for you.
I'd never got into Seinfeld. I was into.
To be honest,
I've seen clips.
I'm a big Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, and I've only seen bits of Seinfeld. Whereas you think that you wouldn't be if you hadn't seen Seinfeld, and a lot of not a lot, but bits of Curb Your Enthusiasm will go over your head. But I think it stands alone as a great piece of work anyway. Curb Your Enthusiasm, whether you've seen Seinfeld or not.
I've seen a few episodes of that. It's always
I fucking love it.
Hilarious, yeah.
It's one of them where Leah just looks up and says, "You watch a lot of shite sometimes."
She said that about Sonny too.
Yeah, she did. That's how you know. That's the sweet spot. Yeah. That's how you just know you've pitched it perfect.
And I hope you just turn around and just go, yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
But if you want to see,
if you're channel hopping and you see Curbs on, that's it. You stop there.
Yeah,
definitely.
But if you want to see like Larry David split into 5 people, it's Always Sunny. That's what it is. It's like they actually they're first making it. They wanted Deandra to be like the voice of reason always, but they just quickly scrapped that, and it's made her as just as awful as everyone else.
Yeah, from what I've seen about Seinfeld, isn't Jerry Seinfeld probably the straight guy? The straight guy in it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
there doesn't really seem to be that in Sunny. From what I've seen, D trying to get off with a high school jock is.
yeah. Get invited to the prom and everything. Yeah,
nailed her colours to the mast on that one, like.
But yeah, it'll change your life. Promise you.
It's a big.
We're all having bold statements. Chris
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Right, I'm going to fire in with a strong recommend, and it's called The Serpent.
Oh.
This is like from the outset, it kind of ticks a lot of boxes for me. So it's crime, it's true crime. It's set mainly in Bangkok. We've been in the 70s. It's my bag. It's my comfort blanket. But still, I will confess, when it came on, I was like, partly because it was Leah's recommendation to come for her friends or something like that. And I'm like, nah, I'll sit on the fence. But it's ripping. I think once you get into it, it's just amazing. So it's true story about a guy who's based in Bangkok and sets about murdering, drugging, and robbing and murdering hippies, basically, just people, backpackers and stuff like that. And he gets really extremely prolific with it. But he's so kind of charismatic in that he manages to take 2 people with him. So they do his dirty work and they bring him people who he can then rob. So he takes their money, their traveller's checks, and their passports. Cult leader. Yeah. And just keeps going. So you can switch to country to country. He'll kill someone and then he'll use their passport to leave the country. So it kind of leaves a trace that they have left Bangkok, they've left Thailand. And so when it comes to trying and find these people, no one can really do it. The paper trail just sort of goes dead.
Yeah.
He's extremely clever. He's extremely fucking charismatic. But you've also got the fact that in Thailand at the time, the one guy who kind of catches on to him is this guy who works in the Dutch embassy. But you've got a lot of ignorance, you've got a lot of sexism, you've got a lot of people saying the hippies, I don't care. What does it matter if they've died? They've probably just taken drugs and fell in the water. So he gets away with a fucking shitload. Another thing I think is really well made, you've got a lot of flashbacks. So it's one of these put the phone down and watch it sort of series. You know, you can sort of scroll through Facebook and watch something, but you can't be this. So keep because the story just goes back and forth so much.
Yeah. I've watched the first episode of this, but I fell asleep near the tail end. So I'm definitely going to... What I did watch, I was kind of gripped on it. Just getting too old for these type of late night watching. So you'll definitely go back and picking this back up because... but I didn't know it was a Leah recommend, so I was. I wish we could get them ratings on on iPlayers or Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Well, she just asks people and then repeats it. Like, she's not looking into it and says, "I'm gonna fucking really recommend this." But the way she said it to me is, there's this serial killer who just like kills backpackers in Bangkok. I was sold.
But maybe we watched. It's like it's a drama, but
we watched that
about the DuPont group in West Virginia, and it just shows you the length, not only how evil the company is, but how far they'll go with their endless money to cover their tracks and always like never face their consequences. And Mark Ruffalo, who was like he just made partner in a big corporation, like a big lawyer firm defending corporations. So he's there, but he's not quite like a yuppie or anything like that. He's not a shill. So when he's faced with this, he knows what he has to do, and then ends up just like dedicating his whole life to this and to try and help people. But yeah, it's great maybe, and it's one of those ones that are like, no way. You just like each layer is peeled back of what DuPont are up to, and it's hard to believe that it's a true story, but it is, and it's just crazy, wasn't it, Dad?
Yeah. What was interesting was Mark Ruffalo played this lawyer who was interestingly on the side of these chemical companies in the first place. Mm-hmm. And only by like a family connection was drawn into this farmer's plight, and just got more and more kind of pulled in by the damage that this company was doing. So he sacrificed his own health, his family, his career, everything to follow up this lead. He was the only guy doing it, and it took him. Well, he's still doing it now to this day. He's still fighting. And then, so Mark Ruffalo played this character, and then another thing we watched was about Flint in Michigan, where they were fucking poisoning the water, and it's Mark Ruffalo who was funding a campaign group there to do the same. So,
I think water scene, isn't he?
Well, I read an article
field there in Springfield.
I read an article, I believe Mark Ruffalo just kind of heard about the DuPont story in the news and instantly bought the rights to the movie and sat down with the lawyer. And I think he might have just been so inspired by that and the story that he just went, I'm not just going to be like a faker and just do it, like pretend to care about it on the big screen. I'm going to do something about it. So he's helping the people of Flint in the real world and the people of West Virginia and in the fake world too.
That's great to hear that they're actually pushing forward with it, and instead of just picking it up and get as much money as we can from this script, but he's actually taking it back to the government or whoever it is that's he's trying to
sticking it to the man. Yeah,
sticking it to the man. That's what I'm looking for. This, yep.
Right, okay, we're going to ditch this now and we're going to move on to a new feature which will replace the Dawn. The Dawn will be back. Don't worry, Dawn fans. The Dawn will be back, but we're going to do a quiz. And I'm going to put these two against each other on George Clooney, who stars in Born After Reading. And that's coming up next.
Ooh.
So you've heard us stutter through a few episodes now, and if you're thinking I could do better than they three napes, then you're probably right. You can even do it right from your mobile phone. The free Anchor app has all the tools to record and edit your podcast, and Anchor will do all the distribution to places like Apple Podcasts and Spotify for you. You can even make money right from the start. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's Tarig's mother-in-law to tell you more.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
There you go. Simply download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. Just remember to plug in your mic.
The best place to listen to Krusty third Nipple. It's nice.
We're back with the temporary replacement for Dawn in 60 seconds, and this is a quiz. I'm going to pit these two guys against each other, the prize being that they get to pick the film that we discuss in our next episode. Given that it's Born After Reading that we're reviewing later on, I've picked this quiz to be mainly about one of its stars, George Clooney. Any of these like omnipresent sort of actors, nobody's favourite actor, but nobody dislikes him either.
Charming. Yeah. Always around. Good hand.
Safe pair of hands.
Yeah.
He's always there with the Coen brothers at toll.
Oh.
Vast majority of the time.
Whoa. Keep that to yourself.
Oh.
Yourself. Don't give away some.
Before we start, can we just, Darren, can you have your phone someplace where I can see it, just in case you're IMDb and
Wi-Fi's off.
Way there.
Wi-Fi's off. To keep my connection.
So I've done the questions
there with my phone like this.
I've done the questions that are quite similar. Okay.
Okay.
Nobody should have
multiple choice, yeah.
But let's randomise it. I'm not going to pick somebody who goes first. So I've got question set 1, question set 2. Which one of you guys wants to go first? Which one wants to go second?
We can do
virtual audio. This is great podcast material, but let's do it.
let's do it quick. One audio.
Oh, what was scissors?
Right, go again. Scissors again.
Right, Darren. I'll let you take it.
Yeah, I went scissors for the third time, made him move.
3 scissors in a row, that's a bold move. Right, so Darren, do you want to go first? Do you want to go second?
I'll go first.
Right. What you guys want? Do you want Darren to do the quiz and then me to give him a score first, or a score after both you guys have finished?
Score after.
Score after. Build the intensity.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So there's no time limit on this, but don't fucking fuck about. Don't sit on the phone and don't go away and find the answer and ask all your friends and everything like that, right?
This is for you two listeners.
But you have to give an answer, right? No passes. Right. Just give an answer. Some of them are easy. Some of them are ridiculous. Some of them are thinkers. Okay. Right. Question
Play
one.
Along to listeners.
Question one. George Clooney was born in what month?
November.
Name the medical drama in which he made his name.
Grey's Anatomy.
Complete this movie title. The Men Who Stare at
Goats.
In 2005, what TV Guide? Oh, sorry. TV Guide magazine ranked Clooney number 1 on what list?
Is it the most handsome man? They do that with like a lot of actors, so I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Which comic book character has he played?
Batman.
Name another actor in the Ocean's 11. It's not Brad Pitt.
Matt Damon.
True or false? Clooney has voiced a character in South Park.
True.
Clooney won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in which movie?
Movie. Is it Burning After Reading? I don't know many Clooney movies off the top of my head.
Apart from Burning After Reading, name a movie directed by the Coen brothers which Clooney has starred in.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Last question, has George Clooney appeared in The Simpsons?
Yes.
Okay. Clooney was born, I should probably have just given these at the time, but Clooney was born in May.
Oh, no.
The medical drama was ER.
No.
You got The Men Who Stare at Goats. That was correct. The TV Guide magazine ranked him in the 50s, number 1 in the 50 sexiest stars of all time. So I'll give you that because you said handsome.
All right. No. Sexy is not handsome. No.
I'll show you the same leniency, man. I'll show you the same.
I'm sexy. You're handsome. You don't get the sex appeal is different to handsome.
He has played Batman. Who was your Matt Damon? It was in the 11. He has voiced a character in South Park. The Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor was for his role in Syriana.
I don't know.
The movies directed by the Coen brothers, which Clooney has starred in, are Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Intolerable Cruelty, and Hail Caesar.
Oh, no.
That was none of them was correct. And George Clooney has appeared in The Simpsons. So I make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10. Solid, unspectacular.
That's a big...
Just above average.
Big numbers, and every single one of them questions are all the facts that I know about George Clooney. So I was thinking that. See questions
Tarig's reactions to all the questions. I know that.
I was like, I know that. Oh, gutted.
You should have tried harder on this.
Choose paper.
Rock, paper.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, 6 to beat. Oh shit, we said we were going to do it at the end and I've just fucking done it.
I know.
Right. I'm going to just tell you if you're right or wrong after each question here as well. We're winging this. Right. Yeah. George Clooney was born in which US state?
Georgia.
Kentucky. Which coffee product does he advertise?
Nespresso.
Correct. Complete this Clooney movie title. The Monuments.
Men?
Yes. In 2009, Time magazine included George Clooney in their Time 100 most what?
Influential?
fucking correct.
person.
Yeah, is it?
No, oh my god.
Yeah, smashing it.
What's his character's name in Ocean's 11?
Danny Ocean.
Name another actor in the 11 that's not Brad Pitt or Matt Damon.
Bernie Mac. Was he in it?
Correct. True or false? George Clooney has appeared in Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, you fucker. I hope it's true, because I love Murder, She Wrote. I really hope it's
Is
true.
that your answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Go on, Jessica.
Clooney won an Academy Award for Best Picture for his role as a producer for which movie?
Producer. Oh, Christ knows. Midnight Sky. Just, I know he'd done some
the answer
extra
is
on that.
Argo.
Argo.
Yeah.
Nah, never got that.
Apart from the Oceans trilogy, name a Clooney movie in which he starred alongside Brad Pitt.
Burn After Reading.
Oh shit, apart from that as well.
See, it's rigged against me here. Rigged against me.
Let's be started with
What I thought of everything with this quiz.
Oh fuck. I'm trying to think now. Him and Brad Pitt. Just keep going back to Ocean's 11, eh? It's not Industrial Dawn. Fargo, I can't see it. Nah. I've not. I have Friends, maybe? They've been in Friends together.
Movie. They've both been in Friends, I think, but...
Movie. Nah, I can't think.
No.
Nah, no got it.
There's Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, 8, His Way, and Touch of Evil. And for all the geeks out there, there's a couple of like documentary type things that they've both appeared in as well as themselves, but I'm not bothering that. Last question.
No.
And I think you need to get this right to win. Otherwise it's a tie, given what I can see so far. Have the Coen brothers appeared in The Simpsons?
Oh. No.
Correct. You're the winner.
Yes!
Yes.
I'm making you got Nespresso, Monuments Men, Influential, Danny Ocean, Bernie Mac, Mother She Wrote, and this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well done. 7-6.
So,
See, and no Clooney like the back of my hand. I would have got 10 out of 10 if I got Dan's questions. It's good going, Daz.
yeah, well done.
Oh, no, I need to think of a movie.
Now you need to think of something we're going to watch next time.
I've already got it anyway.
Right, good. Okay. Now for the main feast, we are going to review Burn After Reading. Right, so we're back to talk about the Coen brothers dark comedy from 2008, Burn After Reading. Before I set the scene with the number one song in that, I just want to get your guys' kind of first impressions of the film. None of them have seen it before. None of them have really heard much about it before. Just initial, just finished it. What did you think?
It's not a movie that I'd be raving about to other people. See, after watching it, I wouldn't be thinking, oh man, I've just watched something that's totally life-changing or just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just an alright movie. It has got its points. It's got its moments. where that is pretty funny. I liked Brad Pitt's character and thought he was cheesy and funny, and then it's a wee bit quirky the way it's kind of set out. There's a lot of it doesn't follow the standard film kind of mythology.
No, far from it. It does.
Well, I think I was just kind of like, it was a bit flabbergasted. I guess it was kind of like, wait, that's it? That's the end. I was like, oh.
That's interesting.
I guess
I'll make
that's what they're going for.
Coming up.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about films that we've all kind of liked, they've all just been on board with us. So this will be interesting because I was the same. I picked it but just because I seen Coen Brothers, I seen it had Clooney in the thing, and I seen it said dark comedy. I was like, well, that's right up our street. Let's just go for it. So the number one song in the UK at the time when it was released in the UK was the 17th of October 2008. Number one song in the UK at the time was "So What" by Pink.
One I've heard before.
So what exactly? Yeah.
I know, Daz. We've been going before you were born on most of these ones, haven't we?
So you know this song, yeah.
Yeah.
How's it go?
You'll know too.
Pink wasn't P-I-N-K. Pink was P exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark, yeah.
N-K.
That's what it was. So, remember that now.
The number one
Gwen
film.
Stefani.
Yeah, she was fire.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani or Pink?
What was Gwen? She was no doubt, wasn't she? Gwen Stefani, yeah. But I'm sure we've seen them at Tea in the Park when she climbed the side of the stage.
Her or Pink?
Oh, Gwen Stefani, definitely.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, anybody that says Pink needs a wee slap.
The number one film at the UK box office was, never fucking heard of this, The House Bunny.
The House Bunny?
The House Bunny.
I didn't know they did porn in UK cinemas. Fucking Hugh Hefner's managed to get himself in there somehow. Get his box office numbers.
Be the House Bunnies, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A rough period for cinema.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's going to be my next pick for next week.
I've also heard of October being a bit of a dump month for cinema.
You got some horrors in there, so I was surprised that.
I suppose, yeah. But Born After Reading was quickly into number one just 2 days later. So this, for all the kind of, I suppose maybe the Coen Brothers was a big pull. The cast, which we'll come on to, another huge pull. The number one film at the US box office was, again, Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Oh, what the
Are we thinking here October is just not a good month for?
I believe that got two or three movies that.
Yeah,
Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
No, hold on. How do you know this, Daz? Are you you got the trilogy set in the house?
To dust it off. That's what my suggestion was going to be, unfortunately.
I really hope it was.
I'm going to put you in the deep end here.
Oh dear.
Go and try and explain the plot to Born After Reading to somebody who's never seen it.
Oh god. Okay, so a guy that works in the was it the NSA or the CIA or some top thing is kind of screwed over and quitted for a fake reason of drinking too much, and for some reason he's just kind of excommunicated from everyone, and so now he's at home, and he's a bit like some people nowadays where he just feels like he's at home, got nothing to do and rough, so he tries to make a memoir about his life,
podcast.
But he's or a podcast, yeah. But he's stuck at home with his very mean wife, who's having an affair behind his back with George Clooney, and somehow, one way or another, some vital information, top secret, falls in the hands of Brad Pitt, who works in this gym, and is his colleague, and so they start trying to blackmail them, try to blackmail the guy, with the information, and that's the far I can get without getting into kind of the spoilers or midway of the movie.
But no, this is a spoiler. Phil,
you just see the premise, though. Yeah. But you can specify the premise, but yeah. That's the.
And all I've added to that is that they try and unsuccessfully blackmail him. They take it to the Russian embassy, who they think is going to just pay them for the information. That fails. Everybody's cheating on everybody, and then all roads leads to Osborne Cox, who's the CIA analyst. All roads leads to his house, where the kind of clusterfuck plays out.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's very loose.
Sounds more or less.
It's that kind of film.
Yeah,
and it's not even a thing where it all happens in the same time. There's like several different showdowns almost at this guy's house, one after the other. It's not the cast meets up.
Oh yeah.
So that's So that's what I was talking about, where it's just not the right movie way of kind of doing things.
There's loads of things,
It's like it takes about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for you to actually understand anything that's actually about to go on, or where these characters going, or why you're getting to kind of know these little tidbits about each character. But I did like that part of that bit about it. And then it just kind of switches back into a normal style kind of movie, and it just takes you off and gives you the peak, and then gives you how things are going to work out in the end. So yeah, the wee bits and bobs at the start, I like that.
It's so hard. I mean, the Coen brothers, just for another bit of background, they're coming just after No Country for Old Men with this. In fact,
wow, really?
The story goes that when they were writing and filming No Country for Old Men, they were writing this. So they were kind of doing it simultaneously. Coen brothers.
I love No Country. I thought this would have been one of the earlier hit and run, trial and error kind of movies.
Yeah, no,
and
it's
then they smashed out with the No Country.
And this also follows the preceding comedy was Big Lebowski. Which,
Big Lebowski, No Country, then this. Jeez.
Kind of. There may have been stuff in between Big Lebowski and No Country, but Big Lebowski is a comedy, then you've got No Country, then this. This is what they produce. And they've got an all-star cast. Let me just go through it. We've mentioned a few of them already. George Clooney, who works for, what was it, a Secret Service or something?
He's a bodyguard or something.
Homeland Security, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Marshal, U.S. Marshals.
That's it, U.S. Marshal. And he has never fired his gun until he does. He said 20 years of service, never fired my gun. You know he's going to fire his gun at some point in the film. Frances McDormand, who incidentally is married to one of the Coens, the Coen brothers. She plays... She is the gym colleague of Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Brad Pitt
to all the plastic surgery.
Yeah. So her motivation is she's needing money because she's hit the end of the tether with her body. She thinks she needs plastic surgery to make herself feel better. Brad Pitt. So they two team up. They've got this information because somebody leaves it in the gym. They find it and they team up. Brad Pitt's just in it for kicks. she's in it for the money.
I still don't know who left it there. I don't even know if it was Osborne Cox's actual information because we never saw him in the gym. I've got someone
on that as well. Let me just run through the rest of the cast because that's a big thing for me, right? John Malkovich
I'll
is
explain
Osborne
that one
Cox. John Malkovich plays the guy who is writing the memoir, who loses the thing, who's getting cheated on by his wife, who is Tilda Swinton. You've got Richard Jenkins, who also works at the gym and has a massive crush on Frances McDormand, but he can't see that she's just a fucking airhead who wants her body changed just to make herself feel better. She can't see the woods for the trees, that she's got her perfect man sitting right next to her. And then you've got J.K. Simmons, who is pretty high up in the CIA and is getting fed all these tidbits of what's going on here and doesn't give a fuck. He just wants. He's
a stand-in for the audience.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Is when we are all confused about what's going on, and to a certain extent, don't care. You don't care about any of these characters because they're all selfish. They're all self-centered. They're all fucking
stupid,
unlikable people, and stupid. Sincerely stupid.
I did get a kick out of there's a bit where obviously the guy comes in, the suit comes in and says to J.K. Simmons all the information he's got. And so J.K. asks him questions, trying to find out the logic, and he's like, I don't know. We don't know where. It's like, it points out, like, you have all these intelligence, but if people are just stupid and have, like, a weird connection with each other, it just, like, there's no people that can track what happens next.
And one of the jokes is that this information that's on this disc, the people who've got it, Brad Pitt and Frances McDormand, thinks it's really important, so they try and like benefit from it. But the guys at the top are like, don't have a fucking care in the world about these people. George Clooney's walking about thinking the CIA are after him. He is getting followed, but he's getting followed by his wife. His wife has hired private investigators because she's cheating on him as well. And
I didn't realize she was. I didn't realize she was cheating. I thought she hired the private detective to catch Clooney cheating. No.
I think she knows he is, but she's also cheating. You know that when she goes to Seattle all the time, every book tour, she has to go to Seattle. It's because when she was on TV in Seattle with the guy, the presenter, the fucking white teeth, fake tan guy, that's him that she's sleeping with.
I didn't catch that either.
Yeah. There was a wee scene where she flips to them in the studio and she's
in the dress.
I thought it was because they kept on like, because there's a book that she has a big hit, but she's trying to get this new one out, but they keep on referencing the big hit. I thought she was just pissed at them, like, I fucking told those people not to stay, not to talk about the big hit story. I just want this new one.
I don't know what
So the disc, everything that was on the disc from his memoirs that he just kind of typed loads of, it must have just been all his coding that he's just typed in there. So his wife was trying to give her lawyer all his bank statements and his account details just before she his financial records. So she copied it all onto the disc and she handed it into the lawyer, and the lawyer's receptionist goes to the gym and she loses the disc at the gym. Because when she's in the lawyer's office, he turns, he calls through to his receptionist saying, "Where's the disc?" And she looks in her bag, and the bag's whatever the name of the gym is, and it's just kind of like, "Oh no, I'll just that's it, ab bodies." And she's like, "No, I've not got it. I'll just get another copy for you," and then.
Why, if you're Tilda Swinton, right, and you're trying to divorce your husband and you've been told by your solicitor, go and get his financial records, why copy the memoir? And then why give that to this? Is it the financial
She must have just copied. Yeah. It must have been just the...
I think we're led to believe it's the memoir and it's all these names and dates of, CIA shit. But then when Brad Pitt's sitting looking at the thing, and this is pretty funny, but when he's like, "Oh, it's all numbers and shit, and numbers."
That's funny as fuck.
Numbers and shit. So
actually, because there's a bit.
Is that the financial records?
Yeah, it is because later on, John Malkovich, Osborne Cox phones up, and he's been like the wife's been rumbled. He realizes she's gone into his account and got all the money, and he asks for the he's been asked by the operator like, well, what's the number? He's like, how do I know these fucking numbers? I think that's so. What Brad Pitt thinks are coordinates to hidden black sites or assassination attempts is probably just all the numbers you had to fill in for your bank account, or when they ask you over the phone, what's your PIN, and all these. I think that's what it is.
And it also kind of answers the question why the Russians didn't take it, because there was nothing in there. If he's writing a memoir about his time, what was he, a Middle East analyst or something like that, there might be some shit there that they would take. If it's just these financial details, like, what the fuck is this? Don't need this.
But if it's a bit of both, if it's a bit of his memoirs and then his financial records, then it's just like, what the fuck? We might need this because it might have some like CIA type fucking shit in it, and then it's just got a load of gobbledygooky fucking numbers where they might think, whoa, what the fuck? Maybe we're onto something here. But yeah, Brad Pitt doing the shit on the call to Osborne Cox was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
I think it's definitely the funniest role Brad Pitt's played.
Yeah, there's a bit where
I don't think he's done a funnier role than this.
There's a line in Inglourious Bastards, which I think is really funny. But he's like, this guy wants to, this Nazi wants to die a hero. Oblige him. I do like that. But no, he is good in this.
I thought he is like a bastard when he says buongiorno.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cracker, that. But yeah, he's great, especially when they're in the car, and he's trying to get him to buy blackmail him and get the money from Osborne Cox, and he thinks because he keeps saying Osborne Cox is going to intimidate the guy, and he just punches him in the face.
My funniest bit of the film is that scene, right? And I've taken the quotes here. It's Osborne Cox notices that this guy's just trying to blackmail him, right? And he shouts at him, "If you ever carried out your proposed threat, you would experience such a shitstorm of consequences, my friend. Your empty little head would be spinning faster than the wheels of your Schwinn bike over there." Brad Pitt just laughs. You think it's a Schwinn?
See, I think that's probably the best thing that I would, if I was saying to anybody to watch this, if I were a Brad Pitt fan, I'd say, yeah, watch it for him. Anything else? Nah, not really.
He's, I mean, it's another kind of string in his, feather in his cap, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's played a lot of different types of roles, and this is another one. He's kind of like Clooney in a way. He's nobody's favourite actor, but you never sort of mind him being in a film.
There's never been a real movie where you've got a massively emotional kind of connection for Brad Pitt, is there?
I'll throw it out just for argument's sake. What's the one where the Benjamin Button, is that what it's called?
Benjamin Button.
The Curious Case.
When he dies,
actually.
He's born old and then reverses as he gets older.
Is that
okay? Well, I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Oh, have you not seen it? Okay.
No. I would probably say Meet Joe Black.
Well, that was another one I was going to say.
Yeah. That's probably the closest one that you would get. But I mean, he's no Denzel, is he? No, he's not. He's not saying that he gets a weeping all the time, but I mean that's.
But
good for what you get with him.
One standout moment is that so Clooney goes back to Cox's house, and then Brad Pitt is snuck in, trying to get some more information because they realise what they have isn't enough, even though they don't realise what they have in the first place. So he's sent back in there, and he's doing the thing where you hide in the wardrobe, and you see the guy, you think, oh, he's either going to get scared or he's going to be okay. And then George Clooney just opens it, and Brad's like smiling, just like he just pulls out his gun, pops one right in the head. I was like, "Wow!" I thought he was in a gangster movie for a second. He just
like absolutely rapid because touched on that earlier. George Clooney says about 2 or 3 times that 20 years of service in the U.S. Marshals, he's never had to fire his gun. But he did mention in one of his dates that it's like. It's
muscle
instinct.
Memory.
It's like muscle memory. If the time comes, it will just boom. And you see Brad Pitt smile when he's caught. He's like, he doesn't say fuck. He doesn't say sorry. He just like a goofy smile. And within seconds, boom, he's like, it just cuts to his head. Just You don't see Clooney grab the gun. You don't see any of that. There's none of that. It's just the head.
But then it's Clooney's reaction to it after it. He just runs away. He's like, oh shit. Because he didn't even realise that he's done it because that muscle memory is just kind of kicked in and he's just automatically done it.
He's kind of traumatised from it. It's the first time he's had to deal with violence like that.
Yeah. And that's what I was on about, how the start of the film just gives you a little kind of wee clues before you even actually realise what the plot was kind of coming. And
it's a difficult film to like, is it? It's a difficult film to like.
Yeah.
Or love. I'd say maybe there's stuff to be learned from it. It's a Coen Brothers film. It's got this star cast too. I don't think MD you could say that was it, like shit performance by the actor. I think they all nailed it.
John Malkovich always puts in a fucking great performance.
I loved every one of the performances. Frances McDormand, she's so annoying, but she plays it well.
Yeah.
It's like if you have a Karen and then just point it at the CIA or the Russians or something like that. It's like, what could you do? The powers combined, like. And then you guys think, like,
when you go down,
sorry, she ends up getting the gym manager, her boss, killed as well.
I know.
That's where he's like the least stupid person until
most reluctant. Yeah,
he decides to.
But he feels for his employee, so that's why he's roped in at the end.
But that's because he was a priest before.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from.
Random things like that.
Clergy who happens to be a manager at a gym thing falls in love with her employee. She doesn't see it. And to win her love and to try and get Brad Pitt back, he decides to break into somebody's house. What does he take a gun? Does he take a gun?
What? Yeah.
No. Does he take a weapon of some sort?
No, I think he's just gonna.
He throws something at him to get away.
Oh yeah.
Well, he gets the gun pulled on him, and that's why he's there.
He gets shot. He gets shot. Then he makes it outside and gets absolutely axed, which is a really brutal scene for a.
And it's and that's the thing. It's kind of like it's got a dark comedy edge where it's like he's the wrong guy. Like he should have been doing that to Clooney if he was going to do it to anyone.
But it's just the summary at the end is just brilliant.
That pulls a lot.
That is just one scene. It's just he's just like so. He's just looking for the best outcome here. Hopefully, everybody's just killed themselves, and we don't have to do anything. And then it's just like so. The last thing, we need to pay this woman's surgery bill. Just fucking get it done. Get them off. Happily.
What have you learned from this? What have you learned from this? Jake says, like, I don't fucking know. I get absolutely nothing.
I think we've learned not to do this again. Yeah. What do we do?
Absolutely
I don't fucking know.
Don't know. Let's not question it. It's done.
Yeah.
And then that's when you see the file, and the file's got burned after reading. So it's just get rid of this shit.
Yeah, it's useless information. Yeah.
Nobody needs to know about this thing again. So let's there's not a lot of trivia that's brought into this. There's a couple of Easter eggs. You know how Frances McDormand with her like deadweight date goes to the cinema and they see Coming Up Daisy or something like that. the same film. On the poster of that film, it's got starring so and so, and there's a mention of Hail Caesar there, which we've mentioned as a film later on that the Coen brothers did with Clooney. So there's little kind of wee tidbits there, for geeks, but it's not a lot there.
Do the Coen brothers? Because I've never really watched too many of the Coen brothers films. Do they kind of have other films intertwine quite regularly, or is that do they just have their one films like?
Well, they've done like they've done adaptations of books. They've done like remakes, like True Grit is a remake. They've adapted something from, but then they've done like their own sort of scripts, and this is one of them.
Yeah. I don't think they're looking for a multiverse or anything like that. But if they do nods to their films, they'll just be that's it, and be like, oh, I know it's that. They're not,
it's just a little clever.
This film's in the same universe, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's any of that because it's either them or Clooney that have dubbed 3 films that they've done together as the trilogy of idiots. And it's this one, it's Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And it's Intolerable Cruelty.
Have any of you seen that Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Maybe ages ago, and I think I need to revisit it, given what I've seen.
Yeah, I think I might go back and watch that. I think that's the only one that I would probably go back and watch, potentially.
But that's like Cornetto trilogy-esque, it's not the same movies, but we just have the same people involved in similar tropes and themes. Like idiots and with some of Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, and Nick Frost. So I just feel like that, I suppose.
Yeah, probably along the same lines as that. There's another kind of theory out there that might pull all this together and give it some like reasoning. Is that this is just a spoof of a type of film like this? This whole. The type of films where there's stories interlocking and none of them really mean anything, and the whole film's just kind of a waste of time. This is a spoof of that, so it goes even further. Not one that I'm on board with completely.
It looks like a bit of a, we planned to do that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kind of glad I saw this movie. It had its merits, and it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad film, and some out there, some of the Coen brothers. So I can't complain.
Okay, if we were to introduce a new thing for this section and just rate it and give it a burn, watch, or buy rating, what would you guys say?
I would say watch.
Yeah, I would probably say watch, just because I didn't feel like I need to burn my eyes out after watching it. No, it was decent enough watch. It's entertaining. That's what you're wanting in a movie. A couple of laughs. But I would also say you need to give it, I'd say, half an hour. And you shouldn't have to say that to a movie. You should be kind of wanting to watch it more than needing to watch the first half of it.
Does.
Yeah, I'd say the same, man. Just give it a watch. It'll be a bit of fun. No regrets.
I agree. I think there's stuff to learn from it in terms of like movie making, script making, having an all-star cast. But it just kind of floated between different types of films. I kept thinking of scenes in Tarantino movies where not always do they scenes in these like big massive dialogues are like essential to the character or the plot development. Well, the plot development, but they are essential to the character development. You get a lot of like conversations that don't go anywhere necessarily, but they draw you into the characters. And we mentioned It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia earlier, and I think that they're similar. None of them are really likable, but it helps that you've got a number of episodes to do this, but you are drawn in to at least care about these people in some respect. And in this film, I don't think any sort of care is given to the trying to do that. Is trying to bring the audience in, because none of these really people are that likable. You see, when Brad Pitt was shot in the head, were you got it? Maybe shot.
I think he was foolish and over his head, but I think it got to a point where he was getting manipulated by the woman he was working with. Like,
I mean, it was his idea in the first place to blackmail it. He found that, and he was the one that said,
"Yeah, he was the one that was pushing forward.
Let's try and get money." And he doesn't.
I do agree with that, but after he got punched in the face, I think it's like Mike Tyson stuff. Like, you have a plan until you're in the face. I think after the point, all it quits. And it's after that, he goes too far and dies. So.
I think that was the only person that was actually really committed with was Brad Pitt's character. Yeah.
And it's just after halfway in the film that he dies, and so
it's kind of a shocker. That's kind of just done it.
It's Brad Pitt, you don't expect him to die. Is this that guy you call in for like a week to film, and then I'm going to see you later? No.
No, I think that's we'll all say would watch it, but wouldn't rave about it, would we?
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm still glad.
So on that note, I'm away for a run.
You're right. Think I can get a run in?
Yeah, that's
that's what you used to. Yeah.
There's loads of wee quotable. I bet you if you watched it again, you'd get more out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that.
I think there's a lot of things. There's a lot of wee bits which are funny, but that's it. There's not enough connecting. Yeah, there's not enough connecting between those little funny bits.
Yeah, I think some of the conversations could have went longer, like Tarantino's do. Just carried on. There was a scene where it was, that was good stuff. Go on. It would just stop. It'd be another meaningful thing, and then it'd go on. And none of this joins up. None of this brings you.
I'm glad to find the gif of Brad Pitt dancing with the earpods in his ear, and he's got I finally located where that's from. I'm like, what is that from? Is that Brad Pitt? Who is that?
Yeah,
that's good. So is that us done on Burnout?
One more thing. I can't let you go discussing Osborne Cox rum cupboard. We need to talk about that, Tarig.
Oh, I didn't even notice it.
Did you not? Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
So the scene, you see him drinking rum and coke kind of throughout the film. That's his back.
Yeah.
And when he goes...
That's the first thing he goes to. It's the first cupboard that he goes to, yeah.
Yeah, he says, I don't have a fucking drinking problem, and he goes back and drinks. But no, it's when... You know how he gets kicked out because his wife fucking serves him divorce papers, and he ends up on his boat. And he's I can't remember what... Yeah, it's right after the conversation with his bank, so he knows he's been cleaned out. So he picks up an axe, and he storms back to the house. Remember this?
Yeah.
So he's storming back to the house. He goes straight to his rum cupboard and makes himself a rum and coke, and it opens up. It's got like Maker's Mark, Mount Gay. He's even got some Cointreau in there. And
right.
Yeah, so then he makes that, and he goes down to the basement, and that's where he finds Jenkins. He says, "Who the fuck are you?"
I'm going to have to go back and have a quick look at see what rums he's got, and
you may well
samples.
You may well spot more. You know what? I think
as long as he's got Havana in there, 3-year-old.
At some point this year, we need to just watch it again. If you ever see it, if it ever comes across your kind of Netflix timeline or suggestion, you just say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I will wager that you'll enjoy it more the second time.
Right.
I will say that. I agree with everything you said. I'm on board. It's not one that I would recommend to anybody really, because it's such a risk, because you want your recommendations to be fucking immense.
Yeah, definitely.
You do. And if I recommended this to somebody and they came back and went, fucking Burn After It, what the fuck is that about?
Never listen to you again.
Yeah. Unless they just really want to piss them off.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah. I've got a big date night coming up. What you know? Yeah, watch a film where everybody's cheating on each other and it doesn't really mean anything. Yeah, go on after reading. Brilliant film.
So, as always with me, I'm deliberating over two because I'm very good at making decisions. So I'm not sure if I'd prefer a movie that you've not seen to something that you have seen, obviously. So the first one I would say is just out. I think it's on DVD now, so I'm not sure the best place to watch it. Tenet. So
I have seen that.
Have you seen it? So I mean, it's been the people that I know that have went and seen it or watched it, they've just said that it's far too complex for them to even try and tell you what it's about. So that's what's kind of got me thinking this would be good for us three to sit down and try and work out what the fuck is going on with Tenet, if it's really that bad. Because Chris Nolan, he does like his timeline traveling, jumping, mumbo jumbo. So that could be quite a good one for us to go straight into. Also, the other one, I got asked Brandon what movie he would suggest, and he went with Nightcrawler.
Ooh,
so
very good.
Is that a good one? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nightcrawler, it's con man. Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, con man desperate for work, enters into the world of LA crime journalism, and he blurs the lines between serving and participant.
They call them stringers, and they're people like night owls that they have a souped-up car, loads of cameras, tripods, microphones, and they buy a police scanner, and that's what they do. And they go out. There's actually a Netflix documentary about that real life work.
It's
shot in
Nightcrawler.
It's called Shot in the Dark. And that's a real life one, but this is kind of like a more series kind of movie. But that series on Netflix, that's excellent too, and it's all about like a race because they sell it to the news stations, and then that's how they get their job. That's how they get paid their commissions.
So you've seen both of them, Das?
I've been a stringer. Yeah. I've been paid to be a stringer. It's a kind of journalism term. You just get sent out on a job, like a one-off basis sort of thing.
Yeah.
Be self-employed. They'll just be a stringer for various different things.
That sounds good. We'll get your journalistic background on it then.
I like this, and Darren seems to be a bit more enthusiastic about this one as well. So
yeah. I think we'll go with Nightcrawler then. Yeah. Happy days.
That brings in.
I might just watch Tenet and try and describe it to you next week. In 2 weeks.
Are we saying Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal. I've always said Gyllenhaal.
So brings Jake Gyllenhaal into the Krusty universe for the first time, I think.
Yeah.
I like a bit of him.
I like Jake. We'll just call him Jake.
Except when Leah took me to a certain film where he's kissing men. Wasn't so fond of him that time.
No, just because you couldn't stand up.
Why would that make you not fond of him?
Your dad had to do the tuck. What are you laughing at, Dan? You want to explain the tuck to our female viewers? Our listeners, sorry.
I was just laughing because you're laughing. No, you're a funny laugh, that's all.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'll let them find out themselves.
In my defence, that was good, 10, 12 years ago that came out?
And what's that? How's that a defence?
No, because I'm a different person now, man. I've grown. It's all character development.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not the same person you are when you were fucking 22.
10 years ago, 22.
14 years ago.
You guys are just reminding me that I'm turning 20 this year.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate you.
Tell you exactly when it was. 2005.
I've still never seen it.
17 years ago. 17 years ago. So, there, yeah.
So you were really trying your best to get into Leah's pants.
That's almost half my life. Yeah, I would watch anything. Yeah, I was just like, let's go and see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, two guys, two cowboys. Yeah, sounds good.
Would you watch it again? Would you go back?
I've never watched it.
You never watched it?
No, never.
Would you watch it?
I wasn't trying to get into people's pants at that point in time.
Would you watch it?
Yeah, I would watch it. Yeah, not worried about that. Stand up after it.
Okay. On that fucking bombshell. on knowing that Tarig can watch gay porn and be absolutely comfortable with standing up. If this is something you like hearing and want to hear more of, please don't keep it a secret. We know it's good shit, but a little feedback goes a long way. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, and smash that like button on Facebook.
I never thought we were going to be. I never thought we were going to be the hit the shares button, smash that like. But let's fucking do it.
Like, smash it.
Smash it.
Also,
I didn't even. Oh, actually, I've got a mother-in-law story as well.
Yeah.
I will save it for next week.
Save it.
Oh. Next episode.
Next episode.
We've got into the habit of saying next week.
Yeah, because she might still be doing the same thing.
Taking your ass at the steps.
No, this is funny.
Okay. So another thing is, please subscribe wherever you get your podcast. I can't imagine there's too many other things called Krusty out there, so just search Krusty. I'm sure we'll be in the first one. Last word to you, gentlemen.
Good night.
I think I'm going to go for a run.